Hello, my name is Gigi, and we're here in Atlanta, Georgia. And today I have the pleasure to be in the company of Joyce Obele. Joyce is the founder of the I Am Who I Am Intercessors Foundation. Welcome, Joyce. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. So I wanted to ask you some questions about your ministry, about your foundation. So my first question would be, can you briefly introduce yourself and tell us what inspired the birth of I Am Who I Am Intercessors Foundation?
Gigi, I want to first of all say thank you so much for having me here today.
Of course.
Hello viewers, my name is Joyce Obele and I am the founder of I Am Who I Am Intercessors Foundation. This organization was born out of a deep burden that God has placed in my heart to stand in the gap for some of the most overlooked and vulnerable groups in our community, and those are widows and their children and even their incarcerated people. Over the years, I've seen how many of them struggle in silence, lacking support, encouragement, and voice. Through prayers, compassion, and practical outreach, I felt led by the Spirit to create a foundation that not only intercedes for them spiritually, but also provides a tangible help, hope, and restoration. I Am Who I Am Intercessors Foundation is the way of responding to that call, offering love, dignity, and a reminder that God sees them, values them, and has not forgotten them.
I love how you got your inspiration for your foundation. That is very, very nice. So I have a second question for you.
Yes.
What was the first outreach or act of service the foundation ever carried out?
Yes, thank you so much for that question.
Yes.
Our very first outreach was a simple but heartfelt act of service, providing essential food items, toiletries, and encouragement to the widows and their children in our community. It began with just a few families the Lord has placed in my heart. But even in that small beginning, the impact was so powerful. We prayed with them, listened to their stories, and reminded them that they were seen, valued, and supported. That first outreach set the tone for everything the foundation does today, serving with compassion, meeting practical needs, and bringing hope through both prayer and action.
Very nice. And I do think that everyone needs to pray. Everyone needs to pray. You pray for someone, and that's a connection. That is a connection when you pray for someone.
Yes, because we believe that prayer is the master's key, and that's what keeps us going.
Yes.
Yes.
So my third question would be, how has your personal journey or faith influenced the vision of the foundation?
You know what, Gigi? I'm going to tell you this. My life in itself is a testimony of hope, belief, and resilience. Okay? So my personal journey and my faith are at the very core of the vision for I Am Who I Am Intercessors Foundation. Everything I've walked through, my challenges, my seasons of waiting, my testimonies, and the moments when God carried me have shaped my heart for people who are hurting and overlooked. Faith taught me compassion. My own experience taught me empathy, and God's grace taught me that no matter a person's story, background, or struggle, everyone deserves dignity, love, and support. Because of that, the foundation was built on a vision of intercession, restoration, and practical care. I wanted a place where widows, children, and those in prison could feel the love of God in both prayer and action. My journey made me sensitive to the broken, and my faith made me bold enough to serve them. And that's my story.
It's a beautiful story. It is a beautiful story and very inspiring. And My last question today would be, how did you come out? How did you come for that name for your foundation? What
Yes.
inspired you for that name?
Thank you so much. That's really nice to ask the question. First of all, I want you to realize I Am Who I Am Intercessors Foundation is a Christ-centered ministry that has its foundation based on God's love for people and his care for his people. So the name I Am Who I Am Intercessors Foundation came from God's own declaration in Exodus, the book of Exodus, chapter 3, verse 14. It captured the idea that our identity and strength came from him alone. According to James chapter 1, verse 27, and I quote, "Religion that God our Father accepts as pure and faultless is this, to look after orphans and the widows in their distress, and to keep oneself being polluted by the world." I added Intercession Foundation because our mission is to stand in the gap for others through prayer, support, and services. The name expresses both our source and our calling by God. So when I was seeking a name for this foundation, I wanted something that clearly expressed who guides this foundation, the work that we do. And the phrase, "I am who I am," spoke deeply to me as an individual. And this came from, it's God's own name and a reminder that he is the source of everything we do. Because our calling is to intercede for people, community, and situations in prayer, the word intercessors fits naturally. Foundation reflects our desire to build something lasting and rooted in faith. Together, the name tells the story of our purpose and the one who leads us.
Beautiful. I do think that everyone has a calling, and in your case, your calling, you listen to your heart. So when we listen to our heart, that calling can be done in the way that you're doing right now. So I want to thank you for answering all my questions today. I do have some more questions for you, maybe for a next time. So I will see you soon. And thank you for the time for answering my questions today.
And thank you so much for having me. And you viewers, you can visit us on our social media handle. We are on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram. I Am Who I Am Intercessors Foundation. We also is a non-profit organization based in Nigeria, and they over there they call it NGO, non-governmental organization. We take donations, and right now we are getting ready for our Christmas celebration, at the prison and also with the widows. So December 4th, we have to visit the prison where we feed the prisoners and the employees of that prison facility. We also have December 22nd to meet with the widows, where we hand out food, we give scholarship programs to their children, and we also empower those women through their small businesses. So we need your help to donate. Please reach out to us at that website, our social media platform. You will see our account detail where you can go right in and donate to the foundation. Thank you so much for having me here
You're
today.
welcome. Be sure to follow and spread the word. See you next time.